So the new building will slot into an existing courtyard, which will be 3 stories with a ground floor for the cafe and retail operation, the first floor for the library and archives, and then on the upper floor are education offices. And this is very much a focus for us because Wesley very much used this building as a place in which people could come and learn and understand more about the Methodist movement. It will also allow us the opportunity to expand our museum, currently based above us, by over 40%, and therefore increase the amount of material which we can show and stories that we can tell. Well, John Wesley first came to Bristol at the end of March 1739. He came at the invitation of a friend of his called George Whitfield to continue what had begun an open-air preaching here in the city. And John was also talking with the religious societies in Bristol, and he wanted a base for his work. Bristol at that time in the 18th century, the second largest city, and therefore it was a natural place for a movement like Methodism to begin. So the two elements combined meant that Wesley needed to find a space for his work, and he began construction of this chapel within 6 weeks of his arrival in the city. And it's been here since then, 1739. It was expanded and enlarged in 1748, but since that time has been in the heart of Bristol. We often remark that we were actually here before the retailers arrived. We would love to do more work, and yet the existing 18th century building somewhat restricts that. And so it was felt that the best way to expand the work here at the chapel was to seek to build in the Horsefair courtyard. It's a courtyard which many people will know and love, but it's one which was only created after the end of the Second World War. It's not a courtyard the Wesleys themselves would recognise from the 18th century. In fact, there was buildings in there known as Pym's Court during their time here. And so the new building will very much mirror how it would have appeared in the 18th century. So a reinstatement of the site for the 21st century.